Hi, this is Max from JSoft and welcome to episode 4 of Devlog. In this series, the goal is to showcase our updates for Sales CRM, our automation-powered CRM for Jira. Today, we're excited to talk and showcase our upcoming integration, which is for the Google Suite. We're going to explain some of the design decisions, some learnings, and some later iterations that could occur. If you're not too familiar with us, JSoft is an Atlassian marketplace vendor with more than 10 apps published on the Atlassian marketplace, with our latest app being Sales CRM, an Atlassian rising star that is also going to be the focus of our devlogs. Since our latest devlog, we've been hard at work doing bug fixes, researching new automation features, improving our UI, and chatting with our users on additional use cases we could add. We've also been working hard on our prototype for our Gmail integration, which has now evolved into our G Suite. So we're quite excited to tell you more about it, show you some mock-ups on how the features look, what the integration does, how we think people are going to be using it, why we went with this workflow, and why we believe this is a good fit for our app. Do note that the things you're seeing are early versions, so there will be changes between what you're seeing today and what's going to be on the final version. This is also applicable for the functionality itself, where we are most likely going to tweak a thing or two. So with that, let's first start by chatting about why we're going with this feature and why it's pretty useful. Why these features? When we started Sales CRM, one of the key integrations we wanted was Gmail. We wanted this integration because it would allow users to capture interactions with leads and customers done by sending emails directly in Jira. We decided on Gmail because of how popular of a tool it is and how common it is to have integrations for it. But we felt that we could do better than simply allowing users to send emails in Jira. The next step would be then to allow users to track emails back to Sales CRM's account and leads or customers directly from Gmail. This isn't anything too new. If you look at tools like HubSpot, they actually have a Chrome extension for Gmail that allows you to log emails directly back to HubSpot. Being able to achieve something like this would be more useful because it would mean client-facing teams could keep doing their emails in their normal workspace and not have to switch environments. And if you have someone that is working directly on the CRM in Jira, well, they would still have the option to reach out to the client directly. From our side, this is also an interesting integration to add because from a competitive landscape, this would help create a clear differentiator between our app and the ones on the Atlassian marketplace right now. We think that this is a big enough of a gap and it's useful enough an integration to help promote our app to our key demographic. But this is where the cogs in our brain started working overtime. If we're integrating with Gmail, why not look at the other tools that are part of the G Suite and see what we can do with it? After all, if someone is using Gmail, odds are their company is invested in G Suite and they are looking to at least making use of Google Calendar and Google Drive. So this is the lore behind us looking to integrate with more than Gmail. I'll show you how we're thinking of letting users use these integrations next. Mocks and how things work. For Gmail, it's essentially as I described just a moment ago. There are two ways to send and track email interactions with clients in Sales CRM and Gmail. Directly in Sales CRM, the plan is to allow you to authenticate your Gmail accounts to the pipeline through the integration app, and as a result, be able to send an email directly to your lead or account through an email button. The cool part about doing something like this is that you would be able to track the interaction history directly in Sales CRM. In other words, this would help shed more transparency on clients' activities. The second way where Gmail comes in is through a Chrome extension where you will be able to automatically track interactions directly from Gmail. Of course, you can send emails and track interactions directly in Gmail, which are then sent to Sales CRM. But that's not all. We decided to go one step further with the Chrome extension, and this is where the cool stuff happens. Through the Chrome extension, you're able to access and use Sales CRM directly from Chrome to do very similar interactions as you would in Jira. This will allow you to have bidirectional integration between Gmail and Sales CRM, meaning that you will be able to see your pipeline, contacts, accounts, and interact with them on both platforms. In a certain way, we're about to release a CRM for Gmail. We are absolutely thrilled with the idea and really believe that this could be the defining feature for the time to be. Again, Being able to work directly from Gmail will be a fantastic way of reducing the amount of training for non-Jira users and even possibly reduce the amount of licenses required, as these users will be able to stick to Gmail. All in all, a big win for all parties. And the Sales CRM update announcement that we're working hard to push isn't even over. For Google Calendar, we're thinking of letting users create tasks in Sales CRM that will then be able to be sent to a shared calendar. So someone working on follow-ups, tasks, and reminders for their leads or clients will be able to have reminder notifications directly from their calendars. So when they get ready for their day, they will already know what they need to achieve. We decided to add Google Calendar because we identified that reminders are also an integral part of CRMs. It also works for our mentality, as we want Sales CRM to be able to display information through many channels. And this is just another way of achieving that. Surprise! We're also thinking of adding Google Contacts. The idea behind it is to be able to import contacts directly from Google in order to kickstart things out. I think this will be a neat little integration that will result in quick wins for everyone. Finally, we have the Google Drive integration. This final piece of our G Suite integration is aimed at attachments. We realize that there is currently no way of adding files or attachments to your Sales CRM deals, contacts, or accounts, which is not the end of the world, but is quite annoying. The Google Drive integration aims to remedy that problem by allowing people to add Google Drive links directly in Sales CRM. For example, if you need to attach an invoice to one of your deals, you'll be able to do so directly through a company shared drive. This is really cool because it implies that multiple departments will be able to collaborate on files and attachments without necessarily having everyone inside Jira. So 4 new big integrations, each with their own different use cases, but all of which drastically improve Sales CRM. Since this is V1, we will be looking at various ways to improve these integrations. Speaking of which, what we want to improve. We might have forgotten certain important elements or use cases that we hadn't thought of. But we're not too worried because we're happy to iterate on the idea to make it even more powerful as time goes on. One thing we will definitely want to further explore in the future is to extend the capabilities of reminders not just to Google Calendar, but also on the UI, as well as adding more flexibility with the Sales CRM in-client email capabilities. But those are things we'll need to continuously monitor from now. What can we learn from these features? As a big update, the Google Suite functionality presents an interesting reflection on creep scope. However, I believe that we did a good job at maintaining our focus, especially for our V1, or understanding what we want to build and why we want to build it. This has also been a good exercise into thinking slightly outside the box. In this case, it was about questioning why we should limit ourselves to Gmail when Calendar, Contacts, and Drive would also make a lot of sense for G Suite users. So the main takeaway from this is to be able to take some time to think about what we're trying to build and why not tunnel vision ourselves into one fixed avenue, especially for a topic as flexible as a CRM, because each feature takes a sprint or more to develop, so the last thing we would want would be to have wasted some time on it. What are we up to now? We're putting our finishing touches on our app and are working hard on getting our Google Seal of Approval to make the app connection good to go. With this feature about completed, we are thrilled to announce that we've delivered everything we discussed on our roadmap for Q2. It was very ambitious, but through numerous sleepless nights, we have been able to make this a reality. We hope you enjoyed this upcoming update and stay tuned for our roadmap for Q3. That's all for now. Take care. Bye-bye.